So, hello and welcome back, everybody. Good to see you all again. It's time for a new episode of Orphans of the Blip. For all of our fans out there, I just wanted to let you know our Patreon is now up and running. And if you like what we do here at Dreamslayer Studios and want to see a little more about what goes on behind the scenes while helping us improve the quality of our product, we would love to have you as a part of the Dreamslayer family. For as little as $1 a month, you can help us upgrade our computers, lighting and sound, and at higher tiers, get a peek behind the curtain and some cool stuff to use in your own campaigns. Check out the link in the description of this episode, and we thank you in advance for your support. So, as a little recap for everybody, last time on Orphans of the Blip, the Orphans teamed up with the mysterious vigilante known as Ronin to infiltrate the Jade Dragon's hideout near Chichen Itza. Here, they confronted members of the cartel and eventually came face to face with the leader of the dragons, Calavera de Jade. After interrogating the gang leader, they learned that he was indeed the mastermind behind the release of the Carrion virus in Leona Vicario, an attempt to cull the herd of the rival gang members vying for control over the small village and thus gain a stronghold on the drug empire based out of the region. DeJade had come to an arrangement with a visiting scientist from New York who was conducting experiments on what was rumored to be urban legends dating back to before the blip. This particular scientist, Miles Warren, had inadvertently developed a carrion virus in the process. And desperate to find funds for a cure, came to an arrangement with DeJade in exchange for both funding and a control group, citizens infected with the virus. The orphans have gotten the location of Warren's lab, an old water treatment facility located near Hacienda Cenote Oxman. Ronan has once again agreed to accompany the orphans on the next leg of their investigation, but has still refused to accompany them back to Cabana Ban. So I believe that's where we left off last time. So what do you think you guys want to do at this point?
That is a great question.
That is a great question.
We had they're basically the local version of damage control coming for most of these guys, right?
Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So then we can pretty much just go straight to the what was it again?
The water treatment plant.
The water treatment plant, yes. With the main guy.
Okay.
Since I don't think we will have any reason to go back to Banner's place at this point.
Unless he's got a cure for the multitude of people that we're trying to fix.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He still needs
not yet at least.
Not yet. Right. Right.
He's still trying to cure the scroll crew.
Yeah.
Ronan, are you going to come with us to the water treatment plant at least?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, this is kind of putting me a little bit closer to the root of all of the problems down here. You guys made a pretty healthy dent in the local population of the cartels down here, so most of that work at this point, as far as I can tell, is pretty much done because we've now, between you and me, we've pretty much taken out the three heads of all three organizations at this point. So I think the main thing right now is making sure that the people of this town don't suffer any further. And it sounds like we've got to try to figure out some way to nip this virus in the bud before it gets really out of control.
Yes, we do not want a pandemic of this nature.
So,
Water treatment plant it is.
All right. So he basically kind of gave you basic directions, Jade did, to where this particular old water treatment plant was located. And it's within kind of a close circumference of Chichen Itza itself. And the place that it's actually located actually is close to one of the many cenotes, which is basically a deep kind of pit that has a lake at the bottom of it. And a lot of these in Mayan culture were used as places considered to be like holy places. In places sometimes where they would conduct certain rituals and or sacrifices, throwing virgins into the pit and letting them drown, how you do in those days.
they shouldn't have been a virgin in the first place.
So the location really is only about a 15-minute drive, and with what you guys have as far as the air shark, you're able to get there within about 5 minutes time. And if you're taking a flight in and over, you kind of spot the little area. There's kind of a like a recreation center that's not too far from where he was describing, and that's kind of the visual point that you're using to try to find the old water plant. So there's kind of a large recreation area with a playground and some tennis courts and stuff like that. And you spot that, and then there's a long gravel driveway that kind of leads down the right side of the rec center, and kind of goes back off into the woods for just a little piece. Back in there, you see what looks like a very small kind of warehouse that's got some water tanks up on the roof and several tanks outside as well. It's in pretty poor condition from the exterior. It's really run down, pretty much a kind of a cement brick building for the most part that was originally painted probably like kind of a pale green kind of color, and over the years the paint has now just kind of started to kind of slowly peel off, revealing the brick underneath. There's a chain link fence that surrounds the whole parameter, and the foliage, kind of just like where you had just come from at the old hotel, foliage is just kind of taken over this place. And just driving by, it would actually, other than the chain link fence that surrounds the place, it would be very easy to miss the fact that there's actually a building back there because the trees and foliage are just overgrown in that area. You can see there is a little kind of driveway that's kind of connected to the gate there, and you can kind of see how the driveway kind of snakes back in just a little bit. You would assume that would probably lead you to the building itself.
The roof's big enough for us to land on, right?
It's sturdy enough.
Well, I
The
guess
roof?
Yeah.
It's well, it might be precarious, to be quite honest, because of the water tanks that are up on top. There's probably about 6 water tanks that are up there. And to try to maneuver the shark in there without hitting one of those things would be a little difficult.
Okay.
Can we have Karen do a thermal sweep for bodies?
As you wish, Colin. And she lets you know that she detects 5 heat signatures inside.
How close are we?
How close you want to be?
Can I sense them?
So 10 areas.
Yeah, we can just be in stealth mode, like hovering above the building. Not necessarily land, but just like.
And I can go out and run reconnaissance if we need be.
Yep. So, you
I click myself over there.
Oh, you already did?
Can I?
Nah, not right now.
Okay. That's why I ask.
About the only thing that you're really getting is maybe some natural body armor,
Okay.
and there might be somebody that can fly in there.
Gotcha. I'll relay that to people.
Is there power in the building? Is there like massive sources of like energy use? Or I ask you, Colin, because you can censor
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, I feel. Is there power?
Yeah, there is power running to the building for sure.
Gotcha. But nothing huge.
I mean, for a defunct water treatment plant, there's certainly enough power there to actually run a water treatment plant.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got full power, guys.
This is most certainly the place.
So this is an operational lab we're dealing with.
Not for long.
Yeah, so what do we want to do?
It would be good to have like eyes on inside to give a better lay of it, just in case there's, just depending on if there's like civilians that are forced working here or something like that.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily want to go in full guns blazing.
Phasing cat would come to mind.
Yes.
Exactly.
And hovering over the building, you can see kind of where that driveway kind of snaked up into the property there. There's one large kind of garage door at that point, and then there's also like a docking bay on the back side that's kind of catty corner from that one on the opposite side of the building.
Okay. Docking bay. Oh, okay, I get you.
It's a drive-through.
Yeah. All right. Do I just peek in for a little bit? Dip my head down.
I can check you.
That is unnecessary. I will basically jump down through the ship onto the roof, and then just kind of, there's like a skylight or something. Look for that. If not, I'll jump down through the roof.
Yep. You'll probably have to phase in.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I mean.
All right, I've pulled you to the scene. So theoretically, you can kind of wander around in there if you like. If you want to make a bit of a kind of a stealth check and make, say, an agility feat, kind of remain undetected.
Okay. Let me grab my character. Because it's agility. Yeah, you said it's agility. And it's not great. Right. Get yourself being a dick. Alright. I'm going to call Karma. 34 on Remarkable. Screen. It actually is technically not green. God damn it. But the 10 points of Karma, I can make it green.
Okay. All right.
Real quick, are we supposed to have something on our screens right now?
No.
Okay,
Are you?
Go ahead.
Where are you right now? What do you see?
It's just the landing page. It's like gone dark and refreshed a couple times and acting weird, so I didn't know what is supposed to be on the screen right now. Because also Spider Wasp was really large on my page for a minute.
Okay, that might have just been because you were hovering over his token, because we've got the new feature in there now where if you hover over the token, then you can actually see it larger.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Then he wouldn't go away.
Got it.
I'm kind of like that. I'm sorry.
So I was like, I don't know what's supposed to be on my screen right now, but it's all being weird. But okay. I'm on the regular landing page now, so I just wanted to make sure that's where we were supposed to be.
Gotcha.
So there's nobody in here?
Well, you are in one room, I think.
Oh, yes.
So if you want to go to another room, you can check around. I'll keep your green feed throughout the whole thing.
Okay, then I guess I will go check out over here. It's the door, right?
And then if you want to, just so that they know what you're looking at, why don't you just kind of describe what you're seeing?
Oh, sure. So in this main area, there appears to be, I don't know, some sort of vat, pressure cooker or something, some sort of tank. That's what this is, right?
Yep.
Um, is it full?
It's filled with kind of a greenish liquid, not water. It might have at one point contained water, but whatever is inside there now is kind of a greenish liquid.
I'm going to try to deduce what this is for. And is there any, I guess, is it getting uh, stored in anything? Is it coming from this into something else, or is it just kind of all just in the vat?
That one seems to be self-contained. Doesn't look like it's being fed anything. So whatever is in there is housed in that particular vat.
But it has dispensers or something at some point on it to basically transfer it into
Yes.
possibly these smaller tanks. Is that what these guys are here?
It sure does. And it looks also like, maybe those tanks that are on the outside of that particular piece are probably storage for refilling this tank. This tank has a large window on the front of it, and it looks as though it's got like some tubes and stuff kind of just dangling inside. And you can make a reason feat.
Will chemistry help?
Sure.
Excellent. Karma for that. Are you fucking with me right now? So with an unearthly reason, I rolled a 1. A literal 1.
That's probably formaldehyde. It's green. It's probably formaldehyde.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Formaldehyde. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass cat. All right. I'll kind of wander over towards this room then.
All right. So you were asking about the door over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
oh, cool.
There's that.
That's cool.
And then essentially that's basically just a storage room. Doesn't seem like there's anybody there in that one.
There's nothing really being stored in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I hear like the sound of anybody? Try to use my enhanced senses.
You make a roll on that.
Just gonna put that right there. Karma. It's cold as hell. The karma that will be green.
Green, you said?
Yeah. Just get it to green.
You hear what sounds like maybe some labored breathing coming from down in the down the hallway, like down this way, right in here. You see where I'm pinging?
Yep. Okay. Okay. I'll tell everybody, hold tight. I think I hear somebody. I'll just kind of like meow and over that way so a little bit.
And I assume you're kind of like hugging the ceiling, probably, kind of floating around up top rather than floor level.
Oh, is there like a catwalker or something?
No, I mean, I just assumed since you were phasing.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. You can be on the ground.
I was going to be on the ground, yes.
Okay. All right.
Just wandering around like a stray cat.
All right. So do you want to go through a wall or do you want to go like through the actual doors?
I will go through the wall.
Okay. Which wall do you want to go through?
actually, hold on, because I can't actually do that. Over here.
Okay. All right. So you come through, you see the little hallway here. That's kind of where you were kind of hearing that noise potentially coming from. But now that you're here, you can tell it's actually coming from behind this wall right here.
I tell everyone, I think someone might be injured. What is this room?
Um, there's not a whole lot in there. There's some equipment in here, kind of scientific equipment, but it's a little difficult to kind of make out really what it is. And it looks old. It's definitely not part of the stuff that would have been in here when it was a water treatment plant. So it's stuff that has been actually brought in. But it looks like some sort of kind of hodgepodge put together, weird science stuff.
Okay. A mad scientist in the house for sure. Um, all right, let's go see what's behind door number 2.
All right. Now, where in this wall do you want to go in? You hear the breathing like right behind this wall right here.
I want to be over here.
Okay. All right. So, right here, there is kind of a very strange looking lizard like creature. It's
You're a lizard. Sorry.
bipedal, and it's kind of got bluish, scaly skin. And it's basically just kind of standing there and kind of breathing like it's kind of waiting for something. Um, I'm going to make a roll for it real quick. Got a white, so it does not actually see you come in. The angle that it's kind of facing the door, for some reason, he just didn't spot you when you phased in.
Well, I'm just got a quick scan of the room. This is like some other kind of
Not a lot really in here. There's some pipes. It looks like there's maybe a computer monitor or something like right in here. Um, yeah, from that angle, that's about all you can see.
okay.
It does look like there's maybe another hallway like right down here that maybe kind of juts off this way.
I want to just kind of scamper over to whatever is here.
Okay. Another little storage room that you kind of walk into there. Nothing really of note in that area.
Okay. I just wanted to be like in a bit more seclusion. I'll relay to everybody that there's some lizard person down here, um, but they don't seem to be um, doing anything. They're not volatile or anything. So I'm going to attempt to communicate with them. Yeah, and then I will attempt to
They
communicate with
being
them.
held captive?
No, it doesn't look it.
How big, Cuddlebear?
How big
He's
is he?
big. He's big. Yeah. Yeah.
He's very
Are
large.
you sure it's wise making your presence known?
Oh, I am in a different room. Once I saw him, I vacated the room that he was in.
No, I mean making your presence known means they know there are people here.
I
Are you
know
sure
there's a
that's
cat
wise
here.
yet already?
That is true. I could keep looking around. Then I will.
I will trust your judgment and your instinct.
I'll kind of scamper over this way.
Okay. All right, so inside this room, there's kind of a larger room. There's a couple more vats inside here, really more larger tanks with a computer array that is in front of it. Another smaller tank off to the side, and some more kind of hodgepodge machinery back in this area, back in here.
Is the computer on?
Huh?
Is the
Is the
computer on?
computer on? Yeah, but it's kind of an old school, like 1970s kind of almost like nuclear array kind of thing out there with a lot of buttons and shit.
I'll relay that to everybody. Like that, everything down here looks very old, even though it's still being in use. Um, are these tanks full as well?
Yes, different color liquid in these. It's more of kind of a pinkish kind of liquid in both of these,
Hmm.
and they both have windows on those as well.
Are there no kind of labels on any of it?
No, not really. I mean, there's like some maker's marks, with engravings and stuff like that on it, but nothing that really denotes what's inside.
Mm, I'm gonna see if I can. Is the computer just like a control for the setup, or is there like? Well, I'm gonna fuck around with the computer and see if it's just a control for this, or if I can actually get any kind of like data off of it.
Gotcha. You can make a reason feed on that.
Magical Karma 100. Hey,
Hey. Okay,
all
so this
right.
Wow, cool.
piece is specifically self-contained to the equipment that is in this particular room.
Okay.
And it definitely, if you kind of analyze what it is that you're really looking at, with your background in chemistry and biology, this is something that probably would contain living individuals. It doesn't look like there's any in there right now, but whatever these are, they're containment units that you would basically submerge a living human being in there. And from the angle that you're at right now, looking up at it, you can even see that like there's like a couple of like breathing apparatus things hanging, dangling in that liquid.
I'm going to see if there's any way to get a sample of the liquid and basically try to figure out what the compound is
Okay.
and what it possibly it might have. I will certainly roll karma for this. Um, 29 on Montrose green. I'm going to take it to a yellow.
All right, so you should be able to figure out how to get some of that liquid out. As far as doing an analysis of it, um, well, I mean, technically, I guess you could probably have Karen
Yeah,
maybe
right.
run an analysis on it.
Yeah, I'll armor up and have her like do the thing.
Um, she basically tells you, well, curious. Uh, whatever, all of the chemical makeup of this particular liquid, is chemicals that we would find anywhere here on Earth. Exactly what its purpose is for, I would be at a loss to be able to tell you. It looks as though perhaps it may provide some sort of nutrients, but that is most likely not its only function.
Hmm. I have a hunch maybe some of these chemicals could be used in treatment of this illness. See?
I I am detecting a slight bit of radioactivity.
Mhm. Okay. Well, we had one vat full of like what could be formaldehyde or, you know, something more nefarious like, the contagion, and then this could be something used to treat that. I'm just kind of out loud meandering or musing about it, and like kind of relay it to everybody, like my thoughts on all of it. But it's weird that there isn't really anyone else here other than that lizard man. Like,
Well, we know there's at least, depending on if the lizard man's cold blooded or warm blooded, there's 4 or 5 other individuals. Karen read 4 or 5 heat sources.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Where haven't I been yet?
And just to clarify, Colin, there were four heat signatures. The creature that Cuddlebear just walked past, the lizard
Hmm.
looking individual, I am not picking up heat from that
Okay,
one.
Does it count?
gotcha. Thank you, Karen. Where are you reading these heat signatures in relation to where Cuddle Bear is?
I'm reading one to the north and three to the south. The three to the south seem to be all within the same area.
I will head towards the one towards the north.
Okay. All right. And with her kind of guiding you, she leads you up into this area here.
Uh,
And there's a door kind of directly in front of you, right up in here.
hmm,
And she says the faint heat signature that I'm getting from this area is right behind that door. And I mean directly behind it.
okay, so let me come over this way, and I'll come up from behind it.
Okay. Right. So this one, I'm gonna make a intuition roll for him. Boy, well, I'm rolling terrible tonight. So
Join the
Keep it
club.
up.
I'm already down to like 88 karma left. For that.
So this one, if you scroll your little mouse over top of that one, you can kind of see a little bigger picture
Oh
of this
yeah,
dude.
yeah, Jesus.
He's also kind of blue skinned, scaly as well, and has rows of big, pointy, gnashy teeth.
Yeah, hey,
Appears
Shaq.
to be almost like a fish in nature, and if you really had to guess, he almost looks like a piranha.
Is this like
Also,
something? Oh, go ahead.
also bipedal, standing like a human.
Is he like? Is this like a pen or something? Is he like in prison?
He too is kind of standing, kind of facing the door. He's kind of got one hand up and like he's listening at the door.
Okay. I will phase back onto the other side of the wall, where I just was, and relay that to people. There's a piranha man or something down here. I don't know if he is captive or I don't know. This is a strange situation.
What's in their room besides them? Is it? I'm trying to get an idea of it, if it's their captivity room or if it's their, where they keep
Like a
them.
home. Yeah, that's why I was. That's why I had asked you. Like, it looked like there was just like a desk or something, and maybe a bed.
Essentially, in that particular room, that was basically a bathroom.
Oh, okay.
hmm It's really teeny tiny. It's got a single toilet, single sink, and that's it.
Oh, okay. So he was just in the pepper. All right. I'll be like, I think I disturbed Piranha Man as he was, using the facilities. I'm gonna try to head back down south to where the three heat signatures are.
Okay. And I did say south. I actually meant east, so I apologize. So you're
Oh,
going to be
well,
heading in this direction.
this door
Oop.
for four.
Okay, something
Doors.
weird happened. There
Was
we
it
go.
me?
There we go. I think we both tried to move you at the same time, and my thing locked up. So here, there's a door immediately to your right, and then if you kind of look around the corner here, it's kind of a long corridor, and it's got some actually old rusty equipment here that just looks like it's not even in use, probably stuff that was left from the old facility. But then there's another door right here, and then a door further down the hallway. Karen says that the heat signatures that she's been picking up are behind the corner where you're at. So if you go in either way, here or here, that would take you to where the heat signatures are.
Okay, is this some sort of shrubbery that I'm in? What is that?
Yeah, it's some plants, yeah, that have just kind of broken through the tiles on the floor there.
Is it
Okay.
giving it a nice two-tier effect?
Yeah. I'll gonna go ahead and peek over through the side here then.
Okay.
Okay.
No, 83. All right. So you come in, and as soon as you come in, the figure that's immediately to your right here, uh, spins and takes a look in your direction, saw the movement of you coming in. So you've got just a moment to take in what you see here. And
Okay.
basically, there's kind of a pool in the center of this particular room with long
Cannonball.
with long tubes that kind of run along either side, another tank that is just opposite of the pool over here, and then some other kind of hodgepodge equipment, that looks like it's kind of been thrown together. On the far end of the room, there's a bird-looking creature. Directly in front of you is a man in a lab coat. And then the one that had seen you there just to your right
Valkyrie.
is a kind of black cat lady uh,
Okay.
that is kind of taking notice of you. And at this point, she actually turns and begins to kind of walk rather quickly over to that corner to kind of check and see what that movement was.
I kind of uh, tell everybody, oh, I think I've been made, and then I will phase back through this.
Okay.
Oops, what the hell? And then I tell them there's a cat lady, scientist, the pool, all that. And like this is the spot. Swarm, swarm.
Um, can I pinpoint the power source going into the building?
Yeah, probably.
I'd like to shut off electricity in the building,
Gotcha.
It's down.
and I will call karma on that. And I'm glad I did. I'll take it to yellow.
All right. Okay, so power goes out. And Cuddles, what are you doing? Are you staying in the building?
Yes, because I'm hoping, backup will come.
Yeah. Just look at Nick's. I go, can you get us in there?
You want to get in the rough way, or I was just going to maybe teleport in.
Well, I can get in there quickly. Tiania, do you want to jump on my back, or do you want to you want to go in and shatter too? If he's playing, someone playing him.
Yeah, hop it on back. Sounds good.
Okay. Suit up. Bloop.
All right, where do you guys want to go in?
I will probably have to go in through the garage door.
Okay. The one in the front or the one in the back?
Do I know which one the Cuddle Bear was closest to? I can have Karen tell me.
Currently? Or where he went in?
The one where the three people were.
Gotcha. Okay.
Get me the closest to that.
Gotcha. All right, no problem. I'm putting your token in that area so that when we pop in, you'll be basically right there. Okay.
Okay.
Theania, where are you going in? Are you going in with?
Yep, I'm sticking with Spider Wasp.
Okay.
Are there windows in this facility, or?
Yes, around the perimeter, yes.
Okay, I'd like to ink up, fly down, and since the lights are out, find a dark spot and teleport to there.
Okay. I think Ronan, who is with you, suggests that he and Shatter will come in the opposite door, and then maybe we can kind of close in on them from there. For Nyx, finding a shadowy area, do you want to be close to Cuddle Bear? Do you want to be closer to the center of the facility? What do you want to do?
I'll go with Cuddle Bear,
Okay.
wherever he is.
All right, so there will be a shadowy area right about here. I could drop you in. All right, now that we have everybody placed, I shall pull you to the scene.
Dun, dun, dun.
Welcome, everybody.
And then why don't we go ahead and roll initiative, even though we don't see anybody just yet. We're probably going to need that here shortly. I think this one. Oh, no, she stays at a 1, too. Okay. Cuddle Bear, then. We're going to start with you.
Alrighty. Let's roll for multiple actions.
Did any backup light come on when I cut power to the building?
Some emergency light, yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, let's get 74. That's yellow. So I think that's 3 for amazing.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of. Oops. Why not? Oh, okay. Why do I have that? That's weird. The thing that's around me right now. I don't know how I did that. And then kind of come through on this side of the wall.
Okay. And lo and behold, Anubia, the Catwoman, just happened to have been coming over to investigate what that movement was. And she was coming back to the door to take a look out the door. So you're right on her.
Well, shit.
And she definitely
Surprise.
sees you.
So since it surprises me, I'm basically gonna be like, "Rah!" and then kind of claw at her legs.
All right.
Ugh. I rolled a 9, so
Okay. So miss
Okay.
on that first one.
yes. So I'm just like, "Rah!" And that'll be action the first for me.
Okay. So then we go to Theania.
I am gonna hold for now since we don't quite know what's going on yet.
Okay. Nyx.
Yes. I'm going to move to the doorway,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to roll for multiple actions.
Okay.
Good save.
Yes. That's 3 actions for me. And is the door open?
It is not yet.
Just keep the shit
Cuddle
open.
Bear, who's in that room?
There's this cat lady, a bird person. Bird person is here, and some scientist.
Are we going to make ourselves known?
Well, we are. I am known. I am currently fighting this cat woman.
Going to try the door. Is it locked?
It is unlocked.
I'm immediately going to send out a pseudopod to wrap up Anubia.
Okay.
And my goal is to pull her towards me and then out the window. And then out the window.
Gotcha.
So I guess what am I rolling for? I know it's rolling for the grapple, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
It's a yellow.
Okay. Okay. Yep, you got her.
Nice.
Cool. I guess that's my first action.
All right. And then you're gonna throw her out the next round, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna chuck her
next
towards
action.
towards me and then out one of those windows.
Okay. All right, Shatter. He's coming in the back with Ronan. And I think he is going to All right, so he's moving kind of around the corner. And from there, I think we go to Ronan, who is essentially going to do the same. And then we go to the doctor.
Doctor who?
And he is right now going to, well, no, I think we're going to make a psyche feat. 47. Okay. He's going to maintain for a moment. I'm going to go to Piranhas. And I'm just going to wait that because he doesn't know what's going on. We go to Harrier, which is the bird person. The bird person takes flight and then shoots through the door towards Nyx in an attempt to try to slam you.
I feel like I should get an attack of opportunity.
Got a 67 to hit, so that's a yellow. And you would take 40 points of damage, but I don't know if that gets through your body armor or not.
Just barely, but can I use one of my actions to dodge or to try and deflect?
Sure.
So I'll use one of my actions to dodge. And that's just a straight agility.
Yep.
Karma. Gladly. I'll bring it to a green.
Okay. So it reduces the damage now to 10.
And my remarkable body armor will take that.
Cool. So at the angle that he was coming, he will actually, I keep closing that door. He will actually end up coming just a little bit past you. And I'm going to have him make an agility roll just to keep from running into the pipes that are behind you. So he makes that and is still in the air, but hovering kind of behind you at this point. So from there, we're going to go to Anubia, okay, so you've got hold of her, and she was kind of trying to maybe wiggle out of that. So at this point now, she just kind of leans into it and launches herself at you with an attempt to try to hit you with the claws.
Well, when I grappled her, I was kind of thinking that I grappled around her.
Around her, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then she's just going to run into you.
Great check.
And got a green to hit on that one. But, well, I don't know. She might be able to do a little bit of damage with that. So that would be actually incredible on the damage on that.
I'll take it.
Okay. And Spider Wasp.
Okay. Can I hear the direction that all of the movement and battle and everything's coming from?
Yep, it's behind the wall directly in front of you.
What kind of ceiling do we have?
In the room that you are currently in, it's probably about 15 feet tall.
Gotcha. Is it a finished factory ceiling, steel beam, drop ceiling? What kind of ceiling is it?
Steel beams on top with kind of a concrete ceiling.
Okay.
Mesh.
Is this wall that wall there? Is it a concrete block wall?
Concrete block.
Okay. I am going to roll for multiple actions. Make sure about me. Karma. Take it to green. That gives me 2.
Okay.
And first action is I am going to take my laser blasters and blast a hole through the wall.
Okay.
It's unearthly targeting, so karma.
Oh, 69.
Nice.
How much damage does that normally
Those
do?
do remarkable damage, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, remarkable damage.
Okay. So what that ends up doing, you hit the wall where you were aiming, right there.
Yeah.
And then what basically happens is that section gets blown in, and then it slowly starts to domino because of the age of the building, and it takes out the entire wall on that side.
Nice.
Way to go.
Alrighty. Then for my movement, for that, I'm going to go into the room.
And then we come back to the top. Cuddleberry, you've got another action?
I do.
Tiania held her action for that round.
Yep.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Oh yeah, she do the thing she was going to do. She was coming in with you, right?
Yeah, but since she was holding, I mean, if you want to go before Cuddlebear does, you can.
Oh, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead.
Now that the move is out of the way, I'm going to head over to the doctor over here.
Okay.
And basically address him. Are you the madman responsible for this illness that's plaguing everybody?
All right, I'm going to make a reason feat for him. 69. What?
Wow.
Are you? And he looks directly at you. Are you speaking to me?
Yes, telepathically.
Amazing.
Yes, quite.
And at this point, that's probably all the banter you guys have time for with the combat that's going on around you. And we'll pick up right after that. So, Tiania, it comes to you.
All right. Can I roll for extra actions since I held the first time?
Since you held,
Okay.
yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Karma.
So you would have to get that up to, oh, you're rolling on the wrong column. That should be on the monstrous column.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I thought so.
So you would have to get it up to a 21.
All right.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Let's take that up to 21.
So if you look at your sheet, if you scroll down to talents down there. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I'm wrong. You actually would be rolling on the incredible column. So 31. So you got to spend another 10, whatever it was that you spent.
Okay.
But if you take a look at like martial arts B, martial arts A, all of that sort of stuff, that's going to put you on the incredible column there. Okay.
Cool.
But she had a weapon specialist too.
She does.
That's like another 2 columns, so I think.
Well, but it really should be under the martial arts B.
Okay.
Yeah, because that gives you the +1 column shift to your fighting, essentially. So the weapons specialist basically, gives her the ability to fight at that level, but that's not what gives you the ability to get extra actions.
Oh, okay. That's my mistake. That's what I've been using that weapon specialist for that.
Oh, okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's my bad.
All right. Okay.
So I'm just gonna follow Spider Wasp through the wall and kind of hang tight and stay close in case combat erupts.
5. You could actually get to Anubia in your movement if you wanted
Oh.
to.
And she is grappled, so it might be an easy stabby.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do that. How much of her is do you have wrapped up, Nyx?
Basically around her body, like her main torso.
Okay.
You can cut off a leg if you want.
I don't know if I'll cut it off.
Just but a flesh wound.
But a flesh. All right. Is she facing
Me.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, facing Nyx,
over-
so you'd be coming up from behind.
Behind. All right, I'm just gonna go and try to cause some damage on her legs with tooth and nail. I'll like go in for either side of the thighs. Karma.
Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, 96 has to be worth something, right?
Yep. And tooth and nail do remarkable damage. Okay, so that would be 30. All right, so you cut her on the back of the legs, and you hear her go,
Plus possible kill.
yes, possible kill.
From the legs?
Mhm.
Yeah, if you cut an artery,
Yeah, you hit that femoral artery, it's over.
nope,
Oh,
no kill.
Yo, damn.
I'm getting my rolls back, folks.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so then we go to Nyx.
yeah. I'd like to solidify the black energy that's around her and still just sort of like chuck her out the window. And as she's going by me, I'm gonna say, "I hope you got 9 lives, bitch." Just chuck her out the window in the corner here.
I think the simple agility feat probably for that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Karma. So I'll take it to a
86.
red.
Okay. All right, so you chuck her out the window.
Yep. And she's solidified. So the
Mhm.
dark energy just lets go and she's wrapped up. So I hope she's gonna fall to the ground and not die, but at least
It'll hurt.
not be a problem anymore.
Now, does are you keeping her encased?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, so we're gonna chuck her out. And guys, I apologize. I'm gonna have to take a break here for just a second. Something's going on downstairs. I gotta figure out what's happening.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll be back.
Bye.
Dreamslayer Studios presents a wide selection of live tabletop role-playing game campaigns, specializing in fresh new independent games like Tales from the Loop and the Great American Novel, as well as traditional games such as the original Marvel Superheroes RPG by TSR and Savage Worlds. Our game master works hand in hand with the players to create one-of-a-kind original stories that are jam-packed with intense battles and in-depth character development that rely on creative and collaborative communal storytelling. So, if you're in the mood for something a little different than the typical Dungeons & Dragons fan, look no further than Dreamslayer Studios' RPG podcast. Available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and anywhere you consume your live play RPGs.
Okay, so let's see. I think we had just chucked her out the door. You kept the encasing on her, so
Yeah. She's
next
gonna fall.
round she'll start to take damage from that, correct?
She has to do a remarkable feat, endurance feat, but I did it more so that she couldn't stop her fall.
Got it. Okay. But wouldn't the encasing actually protect her from damage?
Yeah, unless she lands on her feet or her head.
Well, how are you wrapping her up then?
Just around her torso.
Oh, just around the torso.
Yeah, just
Okay,
around the torso.
gotcha.
Like I got a
all right.
lasso around her
Cool,
and then
cool.
chucked her out.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, she'll take a little bit of damage then from that. Were you using like the full power strength on that, or?
Oh, to throw her out the window?
Yeah.
I was mainly just trying to get her out the window.
Just get her out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna call
Yeah,
that.
I'm not chucking her football fields or anything like that.
Okay. We're gonna call that remarkable damage. How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay.
Nix is not pulling a Colin.
Yeah, not trying to completely yeet him off the planet.
Only 3 miles.
The doctor at this point looks at you after he said amazing, Cuddle Bear. I don't want to have to hurt you.
I don't think you can, but you you must be stopped.
All right.
Unless you know of a cure.
All right, we'll continue that again. I think that's everybody's action except for Spider Wasp.
Yeah, I still have a second action.
Okay.
Which, after hearing the doctor say that to Mr. Cuddlebear, I am going to whip him.
Okay.
That's right, man.
And,
Right in the chest.
just kind of around the torso so that he can't move.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. So you web him up, and it comes around him to his torso, and he looks down and he says, "Oh, well, this I am familiar with. Don't make me angry, son. You won't like me when I'm angry." And
Then
does anybody else
don't.
have any extra actions?
Then don't have a problem with what I just did.
I guess technically I don't, since I shouldn't have been on that rank, so I should have only just had actions.
And I dodged, so I used all 3.
All right, so that takes us back to the top of the round then, so it brings us back to Calavera.
Nutty. Well, we're just kind of conversating, so I won't necessarily roll for multiple actions. But I will ask him, now that he's webbed up anyway, if he's working on a cure or if he has an idea for a cure, and just what the fuck were you thinking?
Of course, I am working on a cure. And who are you and why are you here?
We are heroes who just happened upon this tragedy, and we have come to stop it. But that is all you need to know.
Okay. Tiania.
All right. Got Birdman here.
Yup. Harvey Birdman.
Birdman. All right. Are his wings bird wings or are they steel?
They are bird wings.
Bird wings.
And he is in the air, so he's probably about 10 feet up.
Okay. That changes things.
You can probably jump 10 feet.
I was trying to think how high 10 feet up is.
For a normal person, that's fucking high as hell, but like superheroes.
Yeah, I'm older. Yeah, I'm going to take a running leap towards him and just try to like grapple around his talons.
Yep. Sure. Talons.
See if I can maybe pull him down and weaken him a little bit so Nix can help me out in taking him down.
All right. Make a wrestling feat on that. That should be under your talents.
Get him with the chair.
Yeah.
Karma.
Ooh. All right. At least that was on the monstrous column. So you got to spend 11 to get you up to 16.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. So I can just missed the jump completely and land behind him.
And that does 20 points of damage with your ability. But as you grab hold of those feet talons, I mean, you can feel that they are armored. So, oh, actually, you know what? But I think you still do damage. So you do. All right, so you've got him grappled. It's kind of throwing him a little bit off balance. I'm going to have him make an agility feat. Yep. You actually are pulling him down towards the ground. He's still trying to fight it. The wings are flapping around you, but you're pulling him down. Nyx comes to you.
Multiple actions, please.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fudge.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get 3.
Okay.
First action is I'm going to try and instill fear into Harrier.
Okay.
Karma.
Oof.
Take it to a green.
Yep. Still, yeah, you got him.
All right. So her face just opens up and cracks open like a predator's mouth.
Yeah.
And just a long tongue comes out, and it's just trying to freak him out.
All right. Well, you successfully do so, and he goes and just starts like batting his wings and trying to back up.
If he rolled a white, that's paralysis.
Paralysis. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So and ends up on the ground.
Sweet. That was the goal.
Guess it means I'm on the ground too.
That is all.
But like a crap, like a bird, like on the ground before it hit.
Shatter is going to take a nice little jaunt and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and end up about right here. Ronan also does the same. And then we go to the doc. So Dr. Warren now begins to transform.
Or like a.
And very quickly, you see him turn into kind of this greenish, lithe, like goblin-y kind of creature. His hair kind of starts to peel backwards to where it's just a little tuft on the back of his head. His eyes glow red, and his skin becomes like this leathery kind of pallid green kind of color, and the muscles begin to kind of ripple underneath the lab coat. And he says, "These webs." Underneath the webs. Yeah. These webs I am all too familiar with. And he begins to rip at the webs.
These webs are making me thirsty.
Got a 98 and rips them completely off of his torso.
Alrighty then. Conver's like, Hulk? There's another Hulk
here.
Hulk
How I ended
Jr.
up here. Oh, I see how I ended up there because I changed characters. Anybody remember what he was as far as his initiative?
I'm pretty sure he was what?
He was before me, for Cayman,
I really don't.
but after Harrier.
I think he was after Ronan, wasn't he? Yeah. So yeah. Ronan was 9. Okay. That should do that. Okay. All right. So after him, we go to Piranhas. And he comes busting out of his little room and bum rushes Shatter. and takes a big bite out of Shatter.
Glass.
Eat
Mhm.
that glass.
Got a green. And let's see here. He has got
Where are all those guys?
amazing body armor, so that doesn't cut through, but it takes 30 points off. So he's down to excellent. All right, so we go to Harrier, who is paralyzed.
Yep.
And then,
Do they roll every round, or are they just paralyzed
well,
for 5 rounds?
I think we're still in the same round at this point. So yeah, he would probably have an opportunity to roll again next round.
Okay, so that just goes for 5 rounds. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cayman, the lizard man, has now come out of his room and is making a charging attack on Ronan, getting a white and misses. And then we go to our little lady that got flung out, and she's going to try to escape once again. Got a yellow. What's the strength on those? Is it amazing on your tendrils?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Okay. Yeah, yellow. All right. She might be able to wiggle free out of that, so we're going to find out maybe next round. We go back to Spider Wasp.
He looks at the what is now the green thing and goes, yeah, okay, webs, sure, but that's not all I got up my in my pocket, so I am going to use mind control and basically take away control of his body and paralyze him.
Okay.
Karma. First, I'm going to roll for multiple. So karma.
Oh wait, no, we're still in the same round. I think didn't. Oh no, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're the last in the round, aren't you?
Yeah. Damn, am I on? Yeah, just clicked on him because I was looking at him. Yeah, so I'll take that to the yellow, which will give me 3, and then karma for the control. Oof.
Jesus.
And I will take that to the green to see if it'll work. 10 will get it there.
Oh, come on.
Booyah!
All right, so just taking away the use of the limbs, so he's just going to slump over then, correct?
Yeah,
okay,
basically he'll collapse on the ground, basically.
Okay.
He has no control over his body whatsoever.
All right, so Cuddles comes back to Cuddles.
This is for other actions, or is this the start of a new round?
Other actions.
I don't have any other actions this
turn. Oh, you don't have any more? Okay.
I was just talking to him.
Nyx.
I don't know of any other newcomers, so I'm going to go through the door and tell Theania, the bird person's all yours. And what's going on with the Jackal?
He
has now fallen over into a slump.
She's going to turn to Spider Wasp and go, what?
You can't have all the fun.
At least a little.
You threw her out.
Yeah, but that was more logistics than fun.
I'm sorry. I mean, I can release him if you want me to.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
She's going to hold her action.
All right. I think then extra actions, the only one that, well, actually,
I have 3. This was my second, right? The second round?
Right. So Shatter and Ronan actually can probably go because they didn't actually act last round. So we'll have Shatter hit with his tendrils to Piranhas. Got a green to hit. And Ronan is going to take a swipe with his sword to Cayman. Got a green to hit. It's like, well, Cayman's a little bit tougher. And let's see, Spider Wasp should come to you for another action.
Now, just just hold and go. Walk over towards the Jackal and go. So, what are we doing here, sir?
Does he have control over his mouth?
He has control over his mouth. Yes, I'm just controlling his limbs with puppetry, basically.
I am trying to seek a cure for the accident that I created. And you are interfering with my work.
How did you come to do this?
And I think since the other two are back off in the other room, and I'm playing both of them, we're just going to let that go. So we can kind of just talk this out. I'm going to make one more roll here for Harrier to see whether or not he can break out of the fear. No. He is curled up and is whimpering like a little chick in the corner there outside the room, and he does not want to go inside that room because the big scary lady is in there.
Well, I'll just look down at him and go, well, call off all your little peons if we are working on the same side, and let's fix this.
Who are you, child, and where did you find those webs?
Well, that's a long story, and we really don't have time for that. We'll sit down for a cup of coffee after this. I'll pull back the visor and show my true self.
The scroll self?
Yeah, the scroll self, yeah.
Okay.
But
we seem to have a lot in common.
Yes, Team Green.
Yes. But anyway. But before I release you, call everybody off. Let's all calm down. And then we'll figure out how to fix this.
And then you are going to jail.
You seem to have me at a disadvantage.
No,
Fine.
At least your powers of observation are good.
Harrier, gather up Anubia and the others. Bring them here. We shall have a discussion.
Harrier? Are you there, Harrier?
Ah! Ah! Slowly but surely, the fighting in the other room between Shatter and Ronan and the other two kind of comes to a halt, and everybody eventually ends up joining you guys in the main room. Some a little worse for wear.
Yeah, someone got fucked up.
Gotcha. Promise you, we aren't going to do anything to hurt you guys unless we're provoked. So now, Cuddle, you're probably better to carry on this conversation since it's gonna be all chemistry and all that gobbledygook. So
Yes,
yeah, talk to the cat.
I just want to know everything. Start at the beginning. How did you do this? How did it get out of control? And what are you currently? What state are you at in finding a cure?
Well, if I may, I would like to return to my original form.
Yes, go, sure.
Right for the best.
And then he slowly begins to kind of revert back to the human form of Miles Warren. He's a man of probably middle age, maybe mid 40s, and fairly good looking guy, a little bit of a goatee, mustache, salt and pepper gray hair, and was wearing glasses, but those came off when he changed into that green creature.
Was that the result of experiments with gamma radiation as well?
Mm. I have used many different forms of radiation over time, but I cannot accredit that particular form to the gamma radiation. No. I was conducting experiments in New York at the university. And when my studies were interrupted, I was disgraced for what it was I was trying to do. You see, I was attempting to prove through the use of stem cells that we could develop cloning technologies that would be for the benefit of humankind.
Should I?
The form that you saw me undertake was a form that was bestowed upon me a lifetime ago. It's an evolution. And there was a great man, a great scientist, not of this world, that granted me these abilities. And the others that you see around you here as well are others that had likewise been affected as I had been, but they, unfortunately, had been cast aside. I was able to stand by my benefactor for many years until he too saw fit to leave this planet.
Who was your benefactor?
We called him the High Evolutionary.
Nice. I figured something like that. High Evolutionary is a geneticist. He just like experiments on whoever.
He looks to further evolution on a galactic scale in order to find what he believes to be the perfect race, the perfect society.
Mm.
And unfortunately, this was an early experiment here on Earth. And these individuals that you see here were some of the only surviving progeny of that original project.
Victims.
It was... Some may call them victims. But I see what was bestowed upon me as a gift, and it is something that I should hope to further the High Evolutionary's original studies here on this planet, because I think that there was something that he missed. Alas, unfortunately, in my studies, because I was cast away by the university, I've ended up here, and I unfortunately made a grave error of my own. Now, you, child, and he looks at Spider-Wasp when he says this, I see something in you that might be connected to some of my experiments.
What might that be?
There was a battle in New York City some time ago at Coney Island. A large plane, I believe it was owned by Stark Industries, crashed into Coney Island. And on this particular craft was the superhero known as Spider-Man. I believed that this particular individual might be the key to the next evolution of our species. I collected a sample of his blood and I experimented with it. And it is that blood that I believe has been mutated into this Carrion virus. I was able to clone whoever this was into another form. Unfortunately, he continued to mutate after I had brought him out of his stasis and became a bit crazed. And as the madness began to overtake him, it affected his body to the point where he became like webs himself, elastic. And he grew at an exponential rate. And it was he who escaped, and I believe is our patient Zero, the one that began the Carrion virus. So I turned to Calavera de Jade, because the equipment that I had here was not strong enough to be able to come up with a cure. He, with my assistance, convinced me to allow the infection that Subject Zero, I refer to him as the spider side. We allowed it to gestate in the town of Leona Vicario because I needed other subjects to study to be able to come up with a cure for the virus. Now, I've made some headway, but I'm not quite there. There's an element missing, and I believe the element is the original blood from the Spider-Man, which unfortunately has been spent in the creation of his clone. So I need the clone to develop the cure.
You are a terrible human being.
Well, sometimes it is terrible human beings who will make a difference.
What is his blood giving you? Is it just a DNA sample that you need?
I certainly need more than a DNA sample, so the more blood that I can get from Spider's side, the better chance I have at developing a cure.
Where was the last place you saw this creature?
You drove past the recreation center, or flew past from the sound of it. I believe, and this is what I have had my animen here doing for me, is trying to track Patient Zero, Spider side. We believe that he is drawn to the sacred cenotes of the area, and has been spotted at one of the cenotes nearby. Unfortunately, it cost the life of one of the animen, and I do not believe that they are strong enough to be able to overcome the spider side. He has grown exponentially in the last several weeks since the Carrion virus has taken
You
hold.
keep saying grown, like
How big are we
how
talking?
big?
Anubia and the cat woman kind of steps forward. When we faced him in the cenote, he had grown to the size of, I would approximate 15 feet or more.
Damn, okay. That's not great.
If he's growing exponentially, he should be quite easy to find.
Yeah.
He is elusive. The doctor mentioned that he showed signs of becoming web himself and elasticity. He is able to change his form.
Oh,
And-
so he might not be so easy.
It
What
is
do you
possible.
know that cloud of darkness, that smog that was over the vineyards?
That was of my creation, yes.
To what end?
I've agreed to assist Calavera de Jade. And I have been dabbling in the arcane arts myself.
So you are basically just aiding in the turf war.
In order to gain the funds and the patience that I need, yes.
Where is all of your research? Here?
Yes, it is here. This is my laboratory.
Then bring the power back online.
Thank you.
Karen, gonna need you to upload all of his research. Just duplicate it, don't erase it.
I'll make sure it happens. Processing.
We should take him as well.
Well, definitely. But I was thinking maybe we could get his research to our transforming friend.
For sure. But yeah, we definitely take him along for just to pick his brain too.
Sounds like we got quite of a battle on our hands, and any help will be helpful.
So yeah, I guess we'll turn to the Animan, he called him.
Yeah.
Will you help us track this creature? It just kind of opened up to the open question to the group, to that group.
Anubia speaks again. If it is the will of the Jackal, then it will be so. And she looks at Miles. And Miles shrugs and he nods. As I said before, you have me at a disadvantage, and if I'm being honest, I did not wish this virus upon Leona Vicario. It was a sad side effect of what my ultimate goal was. I do feel for the people of that village, so yes, it is my goal to help find a cure. So whatever it takes, I am willing to do whatever you need me to.
Yes, I understand when science can get out of hand and go horribly wrong, but we still must, accept the consequences of our actions. And
Well,
put
I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that no cure will be found unless I can get my hands on the blood of patient 0, spider side.
I think between all of us, we can take
At
care
least
of that
get-
for you.
At least get a sample, if not bring it down.
I have exhausted every other possibility.
This patient, who was it before you turned him?
What's that?
This patient, the spider web thingy. Who was it?
He is not a patient. He is of my own creation. He is a
Oh, that's right. You said he was a clone.
successful clone, if one could put quotes around successful. Unfortunately, this particular clone will, unfortunately, have to be put down.
Yeah, it's crazy and growing out of control there. Yeah.
I suggest we get going before this thing gets exponentially larger.
In the ship.
Agreed.
Anubia says, since it is the Jackal's will, I will lead you to the cenote where we last saw him.
Mr. Cutterboy says, that is a good kitty.
And she taps her shoulder as if trying to call you to come up and sit.
All right, I'll jump up and sit on her shoulder.
And she scratches behind your ears.
Hey, how you doing?
And I think actually we'll probably call it there, because if we try to get into the battle with this spider side, that may be a little bit longer than what we have time for.
Very interesting.
All right. Okay. Well, have a good night, everybody. It's good to see you.
See you guys in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Guys.
Take it easy, peoples.
Bye.
Bye.